sharp. Or maybe it's not. Is it going to be one of those triple zeros, Christian, that we're so commonly see?
It is.
Oh, no.
It is, but
King
to f2 was not the correct move. Hikaru had a golden opportunity. He could have went to h2.
So queen came to d3, rook
all the way until the end.
Captured f4.
Queen d1.
Queen d...
That's the game.
Makes sense.
And now instead of king f2, king to h2.
Okay.
What do you play now?
Well, I assumed all along that the idea was to take the bishop.
It was indeed. And now this is where the key move comes into play. Rook to e7.
Rook to e7.
Just
rather hidden move, but you're taking
it's a
away,
very hidden move, yes.
You're taking away queen e5. I like it.
You cannot play knight d5 or things of that nature because after, at the right moment, I will play d7. Maybe I'll give you a check first to e6, follow it up with e7, and then you have some problems because you cannot defend against the promotion. So what you have to do after rook to e7.
Oh, you do take the bishop.
Yes. Okay, taking the bishop is very important. Rook to e7, and now you have to start looking at ideas of knight takes g2 in the position, and start looking for perpetuals, which are not easy to find, I have to say. Or queen to e1. Sorry, not knight takes g2 first.
After queen to e1 with a threat.
Knight takes g2 is also a move, but queen to e1 makes the most sense, at least from a practical perspective.
But if you still push the pawn.
If you push the pawn, I think
I got a check,
F1,
and I got the rook. By the way, this is, once again, back into my ballywick of tricks. White's king more safer than black's king. I would prefer the rooks. Right?
But you know what the problem is? And I think this is why Hikaru played king f2.
What's that?
Look at the time situation.
What is the time
8 minutes for Hikaru, with a very, very complicated position still.
Right.
Against 20 minutes for Wesley. So,
well, how is Wesley supposed to handle the action after king f2?
Now you can just play knight d5. Get the knight back. Yes.
Now you play knight d5.
Yes, get the knight back.
My goodness, that wasn't the first move that came to my mind either. I was thinking queen takes bishop as well as queen d2.
We might see queen takes bishop, yes. And then after rook e7, once again, Hikaru is in the driver's seat.
Because knight d5?
Because of these d7 ideas.
You're telling me that knight d5, whether you play rook check or not, we can decide later.
Let's go d7, yes.
And there's no perpetual? There's not enough of a perpetual here?
I'm not convinced you have the perpetual.
Wow.
But isn't there any knight takes rook and then...
Which rook?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm going to take the f4 rook.
Yeah, I mean, with or without check, right? Because, you know...
Don't go rook e2.
Don't go rook e2.
Rook e2, queen takes e2, knight takes f4, and I get back in time to avoid promotion with knight e6.
That is pretty. Nice. Let's just show that to our viewers. A nasty knight picks up the rook and stops the pawn from promoting. Whoa. So this is really sharp stuff.
Sharp stuff, yes.
And you're saying that in this exact position, avoid taking the bishop. Don't take the bishop. Drop back, attack the rook, take the bishop on the next turn, and stop rook e7.
That's right, because with the queen on d1, now d7 is not possible. d7, I'm just simply going to pick up the rook on f4, and the queen defends against the promotion. So
okay, I am being challenged here, no question about it. I'm sure the players feel the same way. But how do you get to those triple zeros?
Rook f7.
As before.
The same idea, yes.
And you got those perpetuals on tap.
And the knight on d5 still cannot catch the pawn, so you cannot sacrifice the queen for the two rooks. Rook takes h7, king g6, rook g7, and unfortunately for black, cannot take on g7. You just simply don't get back in time.
Exactly.
Take d7. The knight is off sides.
Jovi, are you feeling challenged?
I am feeling challenged.
This is an amazing game that's going on here. Wow. And also the game of Alice Lee and Irina is also taking a very sharp turns as well. And the players in both games are going to be short of time. She did it. She did your
She did the reinforcement approach.
Exactly. I'm referring, of course, to the game of arena, we had gotten to this position. Hold on, let me just refresh my board and make sure I'm up to date with the players. We had gotten to this position, and we took a lot of false turns, let's be fair, until we finally, actually, you finally latched on to this very key idea of just defending the bishop by dropping back. And after king b8, now Arena feels like she's more in control of the position as she's looking to blast her way down the C line with the move d5. And how do the engines evaluate this one? I mean, first look, White's doing incredibly well.
White is cruising right now. It's a +5 pawns advantage. So this is game over, according to the engines. Objectively, Irina Krush right now has the full point in the bag.
Wow.
Wow. Well,
Okay, I didn't see +5, but I thought it was double-edged. But apparently, if you're not breaking through on the G1 square, it's game over.
Well, there's a
Jovi.
problem with black's pieces. I mean,
Truly.
they can't move on the queen side.
Yep.
And if they can't move,
That's bad.
it's really bad news. And of course, the bishop and queen holding everything at bay. And talking about the clock times, we see
Yes.
that Alice has just over 4 minutes.
Not so much.
And then Irina, well, she has 3 times more because she has nearly 16 minutes on the clock.
Impressive. So we're back to our open game between Hikaru, our #1 seed, King F2, and here's where Wesley is burning clock.
No, he took on A1.
He didn't play the move Knight D5.
Not Knight D5, he took on A1, and now Hikaru chose Rook to G5, not Rook to E7.
Rook to, whoa, having real hard time following the moves of the game here. What's the idea behind Rook to G5?
Checkmate.
Well, you always have this
Checkmate.
No, I mean, that's the whole point. Isn't that the point?
That
the
is- Yes,
queen,
that is the
queen
point of
is tied
chess.
down to the point.
That
sorry,
is
to the
precisely
F6
the point.
Square.
Yes.
Yes, but okay, I get that. But if I drop back with a knight, then you're going to
Yes.
push the pawn?
Push, yes, yes.
Yes.
Is it so simple? I drop back with the queen.
Where do you drop back? Oh, to H8, very nice.
It's-
Yeah.
But then you have Rook E4.
Don't I go Rook F5?
What about Rook E4, threaten checkmate?
Hold on, tell me what you want.
I want Rook E4, right?
Rook to, well, he's done knight d5 against this move, rook to g5, and we are expecting d7, right?
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes, we're
and
definitely
we did
expecting
drop back to stop the coronation, and we wanted rook f4 to f5.
Well, I wanted Rook E4. Christian wanted Rook.
Oh, and the idea behind rook e4
No, no.
was
Yeah, there's twofold. To go Rook E6, checkmate. Wow.
checkmate,
Nearly checkmate.
nearly.
Checkmate
And
finishes the game.
Now I go check, I presume.
King G1, let's try to hide.
Check and try to hide.
Yes.
And
Let's try to hide.
But
How
this
do
is
you
the
continue?
this is the dilemma.
where is
and
my knight going, right?
Wait, does Knight B6 does not work because of D8?
Knight
D8
d6.
queen.
That's
right.
that's a worthy visual. That is a very,
it's
very
actually
nice.
quite impressive how
The king.
Hikaru's 2 rooks ensnare the king.
Yes.
But that's what my rules of 2 rooks versus queens are all about. The 2 rooks are for choice when the opposing king, in this case black's king, is
Yeah.
the more vulnerable. And we do have d7 on the board.
And Hikaru
And he
making.
played it kind of with
He played it with a flurry, you know.
well, as if to suggest time trouble is an issue for now for
He's
Hikaru.
not feeling comfortable with those 7 minutes only. He feels the position could still remain very complex, and he wants to keep as
It
much
is
time
very
as possible.
And in the meantime,
Any checks, by the way? Can I like ladder check you? Like if I go queen b2, sorry,
Straight out.
try
So
it
what
out.
if I go King G1,
King to g1, check.
Rook F1?
Rook F1 and check, right?
And now king, let's say king
Where are you going? You
H2
could go
or
king
H1. Let's go H1. Why not?
Opposite,
Okay.
use yes as a golden rule.
Yeah, the queen and the rook.
Even though I'm
okay.
not convinced, because now whenever my
Queen
rook leaves
D7?
the first rank, you have queen E1, queen takes H4.
Correct.
So in fact, I want to put a king on H2.
You do. All
You-
right.
You tricked me with this new rule of yours. Yes, sir.
It's not a rule, it's a guiding principle. It doesn't help a lot. But queen E7?
Yeah, and let's take a look at how Nakamura got through the brackets. And first up, he defeated Sam Savian. Look at that, woohoo! And he meets Dominguez, and there is a win there.
No playoffs,
No
as
playoffs
he keeps
at all.
winning in the classical.
And there he fights against his nemesis, Wesley So, and that one goes all the way to the Blitz tie breaks. And he manages to make it to the grand final. So there we have it. Amazing stats. 5 wins, 4 draws, and 1 loss with the white pieces against Wesley in the rapid tie breaks.
Exactly, Wesley having to win with his back to the wall with the black pieces. Sorry, D7 on the board. 2 choices here. Queen B2 check, driving the king backwards, and queen H8. Christian, tell us what he should do. Do you like the checks, or is queen H8 the right choice?
Queen H8 is a good move.
Is a good
Yes, yes. But I have a feeling queen B2 probably. No, queen B2 actually loses.
Is losing.
Yes.
'Cause the
queen
king
B2, I go
ge-
up with the king. King to G3, in fact.
Okay. Wow. I mean, queen B2 check, I have to say, is so tempting. I mean, you always want to see where your opponent's king is going to go. But queen H8, and then you had this idea
There's
of
another move in the
rook
position.
E4. Sorry,
Another
please.
move in the position, quite interesting in fact, which seems to be forcing matters, is queen to C1.
Queen to C1, threatening the rook with a check. So you really have no time to queen. Then I'll just make a perpet.
Well, you probably have not more than that, so yes.
But why should I not have more? Can I not just move the rook back to F3?
If you do that, queen to D2, and after that I
Now I'm behind
go
the
knight
pawn.
D7, right? Knight D7, cover my king with knight G6, and
Now life's wonderful because rook F6
There's
checks.
also- yeah.
Yep, sorry.
perhaps
Just
not that
queen
easy
E1.
anymore, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So queen C1. Wow.
Queen C1, and the big question is, how is the position after rook takes D5?
What's the big question again?
How is the position after rook takes D5?
Okay, well, can't you just take the rook? Take the rook with a check.
You
My
do.
brain hurts.
I'm there for you. Yes, sir. I got it.
You're
Ooh,
Queen
H8.
A8.
H8,
It's
okay.
H8.
The most natural move in the position. Yeah,
I
just defend
must
against
say.
the promotion.
rook takes D5. Wow. This is really, really complicated. It's easy to get lost here. So queen H8 was like the most natural. Queen B2 check, you think about it for a little minute, a while or two, you kind of convince yourself you're only helping white's king get to safety. If you don't see queen C1, and I must say it looks like a strange possibility, then queen H8, and you say, let me put the pressure on my opponent. Queen H8, what's going on here, Christian, is... I
Is
mean,
that
I'm
move rook
expecting
F5,
somebody
right?
to tell me that Hikaru is playing for a win or he's playing for a draw. Like, help me out here. What's the objective result?
Well, the objective is still zeros. But
Still zeros.
It's all about, yeah, the engine will always find some sort of perpetual here, but it's all about those practical chances, right?
Right. So, and we think rook E4, right? That was where we...
Well, that's the attempt to win.
Rook E4, yes, that's one move. Rook F5 was another one that we were considering. Rook F5.
Rook F4, F5?
Yeah, you would be
Computer
surprised. There's a lot of
1.
moves
Connection
that
lost.
keep the balance in the position.
You know, this is where also I think I was influenced by Robert James Fisher, Bobby Fischer. You know, he kind of convinced my generation that there was always the best move in a position. There was the best move. You look for the best move. Now we get to these incredibly complex positions, and the engine says, no, there's not just one choice. Rook e4, rook f5. There's a number of best moves. And I'm still getting adjusted to that. I'm
Right.
always thinking there's the best move.
Rook
And he's
e4.
played rook e4.
On the board. I think in a practical level, rook e4 might be a bit more problematic for black because the other one, I mean,
Well,
not
you are
necessary.
looking at this mates. You are looking at rook e8. So yeah,
Exactly.
rook e4 would definitely, in a blitz game where I didn't have much time to think, that would be where my hand would go.
Okay, so now
I mean, I'm thinking this is really challenging for Wesley because from Wesley's perspective, I mean, his king is constantly being faced with threats of checkmate. It's not easy.
yeah, I was going to say queen f6 check is the one consequence of this move.
Exactly.
And you have to step back.
Because king g3,
King g3, queen d6.
check, and you're behind the pawn, and maybe now you're ready to,
Well, I can take the pawn, right?
and even to take the pawn. I apologize for that. Yes, king g1, I have to step back. So queen d6 check. By the way, that stops both rook e6 as well as rook e8, so that makes it nice.
Christian?
That's not something.
Take on h4 because of rook to h2. That's fine.
Jovi, we're going to make
But now you just...
a monster out
I
of
think
you.
you lose right now. It's problematic. I go queen h1,
Queen h1.
Yeah.
followed by queen e1.
Yes.
And now if you go to h2, I take on h4.
And
If
I
you go to h3, I go queen e3. Don't touch the
Yeah, don't
pawn on
touch the
b6.
b6. It's poisoned.
It's because the rook is on a dark square. And now I have this double attack.
Queen f1 on the board.
Rook to e6.
to e6 on the board.
A similar idea. Just keep the rook on the light square. And there's no perpetual. Not more than perpetual.
But why do you say that? Well, why do you say that white can't play for the win?
How do you play for a win as white?
I'm dreaming of rook. I mean, of course, I don't want to allow queen h1, but I'm dreaming that I somehow could play king h2 and rook g3 in like a single go.
Yeah, good luck.
So how does did you
Just rook c6, rook e6, rook c6, rook e6, rook c6, rook e6. And black is going to play queen f4, queen f1, queen f4, queen f1.
queen f4?
It does, yeah, there's no way to make any progress for either side. Again, rook g3, your idea, queen h1, that's a checkmate, so.
Yeah.
And
I'll do that.
if you do try to go with, let's say king 8, so let's put something on the board, queen f4, rook c6, queen f1, king h2. And say that maybe after queen f4, you have rook g3, and I cannot take on h4 because of rook to h3. But I believe I can move my king now, right? King h5.
Yeah, that's not something that white would want to see. The king getting out of this absolute pin. So we think queen f4 and 4 minutes for Wesley. I must say, a game that started slow has suddenly turned into a bit of a drama.
Yeah.
It has, yeah.
It definitely has. And meanwhile, it looks like Irina is going to be winning her game any moment now.
No queen f4. We actually had queen f2.
Queen to f2.
Is that right? Yeah, queen to f2.
And the same idea. I just keep my rook on the light squares. I go rook c6, rook e6.
Well, you're defending the pawn. Rook
Rook
c6.
c6. I kind of like the fact that both sides have this kind of
Mutual.
just zigzag.
Yeah.
There are
Not
too
many alternatives for
not too many
either
moves,
side.
yeah.
And again, Hikaru is shaking his head like the worst thing in life has befallen him. It's a draw. Where did I miss my chance? And then he's going to be informed, no, you were lost. What? Really?
I can tell you one thing. Wesley's going to be super upset about this situation.
Missing queen
Missing
c7,
queen
f7.
c7, missing queen f8.
Wesley also, he's making these intimations that he's not completely, I mean, happy with the outcome as himself. Like, I mean, he blew it. What?
Well,
It's been a strange game.
It has been a very strange game, but you know, I guess if your opponent is doing these performances of displaying that they're unhappy, I think it's a nice tactic to also do the same.
Right?
Okay, queen f2.
Well,
And I think we're gonna
he's
see-
touched his queen, so he's definitely going to go queen f1 or
I think we're going to see the rook dance from e6, c6, queen
queen e3 check. King h2. Well, I think queen f4 check would be the one that would secure the draw. Absolutely, absolutely, right? Queen f4 check, king h3, queen e3 check.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. And you have to step up with the king,
exactly.
because you can't block with g3 because,
King h5. That is actually a very pleasant move to get out of this pin, and also
Okay, can we try to lose with black?
absolutely.
So
How do we do it best?
Queen f4, king h3, queen e3.
Well, that's the line.
And now rook g3.
Yeah, that was the line I was trying to set up. Ask.
Sunday.
A big ask indeed. As she will be challenged to win on demand tomorrow.
Whoa!
Queen h4.
That's a
Oh, that is a pretty stalemate.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
That's a great way to
shame on
finish
us
it.
for not having spotted that ourselves. It's not.
I think Hikaru is telling him, hey, what about queen c7, queen f7?
It's not common to see a stalemate with 1, 2, 3 pawns on the board and a knight.
No,
Yeah.
it's not, no.
And a knight. Very,
That's
very,
nice.
very nice. What a finish.
That was a
And
nice
both
finish.
games finished within minutes of one another, too. Wow. Queen A. So, for those of you who are joining us late, in the first game between our championship match bracket, there was an opportunity for Wesley So, and it came about 20 minutes ago or less.